Everybody, welcome, man. Welcome again to the On the Hunt podcast show, everybody. We coming to y'all live and in action. Y'all know how we do. But on the downside, we are missing one of our guys. It's starting to look like the little Three Musketeers every now and again. So, I was out last week. Our boy Reggie's out this week. But, everything's good. He just had a little trouble, little trouble. So, but by the grace of God, him and the family is covered. He's good. So, our numbers guy isn't here, but you still got us. And in our building, we got our boy Easy E is in the building. We got our guy Bobby Bless in the building.
What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody?
All right. So Elijah, man, how you feeling, dog?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm always happy to be doing the show with you guys. Obviously, going to miss Reggie today, and want to wish Reggie the very best. But like I said, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be talking Lions football. And you know what? It's always easier to do this show after a win. And I'm starting to like the fact that we start to be it seems like we're starting to pile up those wins. Bobby, how you feeling, my friend? You got to be just elated right now, right?
Like, dude, I'm getting hats all the time now. You feel me? All the time. No, man, it's like you said, my brother, just to piggy off of what you said, 4 out of 5 feel good. We didn't get that with Big Baloney, right, Nate?
Man, big baloney, like with the red strap around it. No, we didn't get it. But man, I heard we got a contest going on still. You know what's going on with that, Elijah?
So yeah, we have an Apple Watch that we are going to be giving away once we hit 350 subscribers on YouTube. And I want to give everyone an update on that as Bobby is showing you the watch here. And right now on our YouTube channel, we are currently sitting at, as I want to give you the most accurate number here, to start the show, 241 subscribers. That's where we are right now, 241 subscribers. So I'm no mathematician, but we're getting close. And we want to thank you for all your support through 17 episodes now, which is absolutely insane. And so again, here's what we're doing. We're giving away an Apple Watch Series 3 coming up at 350 subscribers. And what you have to do is you have to, of course, be subscribed to our channel. And you have to be the person who gets us the most new subscribers. Now, full disclosure, because we want you to win, the only way we know who was brought here by you is if they leave a comment and say, this person brought me to your channel. So what we need you to do is we need you to round up all your friends. Chances are we got tons of people who watch our videos but don't subscribe for whatever reason. We need you to get those people to subscribe. And when they do, they need to leave us a comment saying that you're the one that brought them. And if they do that, and you get the most new subscribers to our channel, you're going to win that Apple Watch Series 3. Now, these fellas know a lot more about Apple products than I do because I'm an Android user, okay? So what I want to do real quick is I'll go Nate and then I'll go Bobby here. Nate, you actually were showing off one of the watches, I do believe. So tell me a little bit about that, like in all seriousness, because again, I'm an Android user. What's the benefit of that watch?
Well, with your watch, man, let's say you leave your wallet in the car.
Okay.
You're in the gas station. You want to get some gas. You want to pay for your items, and you don't have your card. Guess what? I could pay it with my watch. I go to my credit card app. I go to my Capital One. I can go to my Apple Wallet. I can go to my tap, put my watch right up to the pin. Ding, good to go. And also for the health guys, it takes your BPM. It monitors how many steps you take during the day. It actually tells you when you should stand or you've been sitting too long. It tells you, hey, you haven't been moving. Get up, stretch. You can, and then you can talk through it. So to me, man, it's a must item, man. For me, Bobby, what you got, doggy?
Yeah, it's similar. Like what you just said, Nate. My rings came up. It said I went 365 days this year. Within the year, I met my goal every day. So it been helping me keep up with, moving around, all that stuff you say. But you know me, I like the merchandise type stuff. You see with my Apple Watch Series 3, the same as this 42, I got Detroit Lions Apple Watch bands and stuff like that. And I also, man, I can't count either. So every time I got a math question or something, I talk to the watch. He tell me if 1 + 1 = 2 today, or that kind of stuff, you know. but that kind of stuff. But yeah, typically, and one more thing, man, I always misplace my phone. I always misplace my phone. I can literally ask my watch where in the hell is my phone, and it will start pinging my phone to let me know exactly where it is at. So that's also cool. A blessing too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now,
go ahead, brother.
This prize also comes with a warranty on that.
Oh, yeah.
Correct, Bobby?
Yes. When you open up the box, because of course this is brand new still with all the cellophane and all the good stuff on there. When you open the box, you'll see a warranty on there for 1 year from Apple. Apple typically with all their products, such as those AirPods and these Apple Watches, they offer you a year warranty. So if it has I done had mine for 2 years and I haven't had one problem with mine. So I don't think that's going to be something you're going to have to use anyway.
If your warranty is about to go out, you can put your watch under your Apple Care, the same way you do with your phone. So for Elijah or guys who have Androids, Apple Care is like an extended warranty that you get on your car. So so you have your base warranty, which is your 3-year, 36,000 miles on your car, but you have your extended warranty, which you can take up to your 100,000 miles, which is outside of everything from your powertrain. So with your Apple Watch, hey, after that year, you can put it on your Apple Care, and they charge you so much, like maybe $7 to $10 or whatever, and you got an extended warranty on your Apple Watch. Break, crack, whatever.
Yeah. And then one more thing that's really cool about the Apple Watch that just came to my mind. Say you with the family, and you know how back in the day when someone used to take the picture and then they run over to the picture and be a part of the group. You can literally control your camera with your Apple Watch. You can sit your phone over in a certain spot, and then you can see on the watch how the picture look, and then you can hit the countdown button. And it takes good group photos too, man. I mean, the Apple Watch, and then like say me and Nate I always arguing about stats with people. I asked my watch who was the first man, who was the all-time lead scorer in the NBA, and then the Apple Watch will tell you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that kind of stuff, man. It solves a lot of debates in the barbershop, if you know what I mean.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So again, folks, that's some information on the prize for you, because I wanted to make sure to kind of let people know what was going on with that. And here's the deal: if you don't use Apple products, somebody in your life probably does. Okay, and nothing drives Bobby Bless crazy like when people say, "Well, what am I supposed to do with it if I'm an Android user?"
Man, give it to somebody. I'm giving it away.
Merry Christmas. That's all you got to do. Give it to somebody as a gift, okay? Don't go in the comment section and say, what am I supposed to do with this if I'm an Android user? Give it away to somebody. We don't care. What we care about is giving you a prize once we hit 350 subscribers. That's our emotional investment in this, okay? So again, once we hit 350 subscribers, the person who brings us the most subscribers to that point is going to get that watch. There's no wheel involved. There's no take a number and we're going to do a raffle. It's just a straight up bring us people. That's what matters. Bring us people. So again, 350 subscribers, that's when we're going to give away that. And I hope we've made it crystal clear. I think we did. But again, folks, that's the big contest going on right now. So make sure you're participating in that, and make sure you're subscribed. Because again, if you get us a whole bunch of subscribers, but you don't, they don't count, okay, for you. So make sure you're subscribed, get us subscribers. Okay, I think we got it. We do have a lot to get to on today's program, and I want to toss it over here to Bobby Bless, because Bobby, it is payday, right, my friend?
Yeah, if you remember a couple episodes back, I told you I had a bet with my boss about beating the Chicago Bears. Whoever won, the Lions or the Bears, They were going to pay lunch. The good team, the good guys won, of course. So today, that was the day where it was time to feast. So, hey Elijah, whenever you're ready, brother, let the video do the talking.
Hey,
Swift, or rather Williams, and Williams to the edge, and Williams to the 12-yard line. Jamaal Williams gets the first down, and Dan Campbell gets his first road win as head coach, and the Detroit Lions have won 2 straight games.
What's up, On the Hunt? It's your boy Bobby Celeste. Reporting live from Flower Drum Restaurant. Guess what? The boss is buying lunch today. He owes since some trash Bears lost. So I'm picking up the food now. When we get to work, I'll let you meet him. But until then, to be continued. There you go. You got it. What's up, everybody? This is my Big Head Bears fan boss that catering this lunch for us today. Can I get a go lion for the people, man? No, see, that's easy. No, he a good dude. He a good dude. All right, man. Just say hi to my podcast, though, good dog. What's up? This Adam, man. He started more, you know what, in a little bit, but that's my guy, y'all. So.
All right, so Bobby.
Yeah, man. Good times, brother. Good eats. That's a Chinese food restaurant in Toledo. Some say the best. Some say the best in the city. I say the best in the world, but it's just my place, you know.
So Bobby, we have to know. Okay, we have to know. What did you eat?
I ate shrimp egg foo young, some shrimp fried rice, and egg roll.
Okay.
So, good. Hey, I was full, man, and then they worked the shit out of me afterwards. He is the boss. So he fed me before he worked me out. Worked the hell out of me. Nah, but good. That's he's a good friend to all the jokes aside. But we rebetting again when they come to Detroit. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully I'll be eating good again. But it's all in fun, man. It's all in fun, you know what I mean?
Well, hey, congratulations on your victory, my friend. Well-deserved, well-earned. And
you see everybody in the break room, they was like, what's going on?
Everybody was entertained. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know, I'm a
good
clown.
time. It was a good time. So it was a great video,
Yeah.
Bobby. And with that,
Thank you,
I
brother.
believe it is time for our By the Numbers segment. Now, this is going to be with Nate Rucker today. And yeah, it's going to be quiz style once again. So Nate, I'm going to pin you to introduce the segment, and then we'll show everybody when you ask a question.
I'm ready today.
First of all, man, we want to say a good well wish to our numbers guy, Reggie Funches. Not a physical, he doesn't need the physical get well, but more so of the mental get well. Shoot a prayer out. If you guys can put it in the comments, like I said, where, when he gets back, if he wants to disclose what was going on, he can. If he does, he will. But more importantly, like I say, we just want to tell him, man, get well, Reg. We love you. We family. So
we're gonna hold it down for you, brother. We got you, brother. Don't worry about that. Hold it down for the big guys. For the big guy. You feel me?
Right. So look, I'm gonna do my best, man, to hold it down for the big guys. So all right, we know we did some really good numbers this week, man. So I got a question.
I'm ready.
I think was our highest graded offensive player. Who was number 1 and who was number 2?
You told us in the meeting number 1, so I ain't gonna even jump. I'm gonna let y'all just go.
Go ahead and say that too.
So
St. Brown number 1.
Number 1, Amon-Ra.
And number DJ Shark number 2.
DJ Shark, another one.
Yes. So right now, you guys are 2 for 2. You guys are you're almost hitting for the cycle.
Hey man, I studied, man. I'm sick of this shit. I'm studied, man.
So Elijah, man, you can go ahead and throw up that first picture that Reg sent us to set up for us. And what
I think this is the right one, right, Nate?
Yes, it is. So what we have on here, man, as you guys can see, Amon-Ra had a offensive grade of 90. 90.0. Our second guy is, of course, DJ Shark.
Another one.
Third guy is our Pro Bowl center, Frank Ragnow. And, of course, Jared Goff got some love finally from PFF.
He played a good game, man. He played a good game.
Yes, he did. So, now, our next one is, so we're going to say our highest passing grades. Pass receiving grades. 1, 2. Who do you guys got?
So I feel I'm going to sound like a broken record today, but I think Amon-Ra was number 1. And then pass catching, is it DJ Shark?
No.
Yeah, but no, okay.
It's
okay.
Shark. Okay.
I'm around number 1, and I'm trying to think all the passes I've seen. Brock Wright. He caught a lot of passes.
Bobby
Oh,
1. So, Elijah,
Hey, I told you I studied.
DJ Shark was number 3.
oh man.
But, so, Amon-Ra had a grade of 87.0. You go ahead and put that up there. Brock Wright had a grade of 78. And DJ Shark had a grade of 76.6. So, you cannot be mad with that, man. So, I am happy. I'm glad, man, that guy's doing his thing. I've got no complaints. So now,
Yeah, Brock Wright a baller, man, on everything. That's a real football player.
you know, was upset. They was talking about TJ Hawkins shit. And yeah, we don't need Hawkins shit. So
This isn't a flea market. It's no place to hawk your shit, right? Anyway,
that was too good.
That's why they're paying me the big bucks right there. Okay, Nate.
Man, that's your best one ever. I like that one.
Who do you think was our highest graded pass blocker?
Oh, I know this for sure again. Was it Block Wright again?
Block Wright? Is that what you called him? Block Wright?
Yeah, Brock Wright. Ain't it his name?
Oh, I thought you called him Block Wright.
No.
Because he blocks right.
But I hope he, yeah. Yes, and yes. Okay. Yes and yes.
Okay.
The first answer is no.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna guess pass blocking Taylor Decker. No, actually, I'm gonna go Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell. I think he had a good game.
Okay. Yes, it is. So right now you guys are tied to. So Penei Sewell had a pass blocking grade of 78.8. And Jamaal Williams came in number 2 with a pass blocking grade of 77.3.
Yeah, I told you in the meeting that Jamaal Williams is one of the best pass blocking running backs in the whole league. But he can't catch the ball. That's another story.
Was also our starting running back at 73.4, DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
I didn't know.
I'm happy for him too, man.
Huh?
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. So right now, man, as we can see, man, the we was kicking ass. Like, we was kicking ass. So now,
that's the best. I seen that offense in like at least 14 years or so.
So now, who was our highest graded run blocker? I don't think y'all gonna get this one, but this one surprised the hell out of me.
So I have to excuse myself on this one because I just saw it on the graphic. So I'm gonna excuse myself on this one. I ain't a cheater.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's all you.
The highest graded run blocker, and I'm gonna be surprised by this.
Bobby, you got some vomit on your couch. Just want to let you know. It's like green and yellow.
I know. I see it. That's my white pillow. I'm scared. I don't touch that shit. That's her shit.
Woo! There we go. There it goes. Bye-bye.
Yeah. But, okay. The top blocker. And it's a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. So that means it won't be a lineman. Okay, so that next is be receivers and running backs.
He's got
But
his
he said
eyes
surprise.
closed.
That's like
Bobby has got his eyes closed. He's like really thinking about this.
okay. I think I seen. I'm gonna throw it out here. I think I seen Jared Goff make a block, so I'm gonna throw his ass out there.
No, come on.
With a
Nope.
pass blocking grade of 93.6.
Who?
90. It is Shane Zylstra.
I don't even know who that is, man.
He is
Who
the
is
third
that?
end. He is our third tight end.
Oh, okay.
He's
I know the other two.
Yeah. He's number 3. He actually has a touchdown this year against the Giants as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, now I remember him.
Yes.
He a big ass dude. That's I
Yeah.
remember him now.
He is the pass catching guy out of everybody. And of course, Jonah Jackson came in number 2 at 78.9. And then again, there's our dependable center, who me and Bobby used to call Ragdoll.
I used to call him Hurt now.
Yeah, he now drags everybody. So Frank Ragnow came in at 3rd with 77.
He used to be Flag now too. Ragnow, all kind of.
Right. So where do I go now? I think I go to the defense now. So question. Okay. Our highest graded defensive player.
Deshaun Elliott. First play of the game, he was making a play.
Good one.
First play game, he made a play.
But wrong.
Oh, okay. So good but wrong. Okay, good but wrong. Okay, so I'm a guess because I didn't actually look at the image this time, but I'm a guess here. Best defensive player, Jacksonville's offensive line. How about that?
Shut up.
Come on now. Coming in hot. Look out. I know that's wrong, but hey, it was fun.
Hey, listen, you might as well go ahead and cue it up because them boys know what they needed.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what they needed. In fact, I believe we all know what they needed.
He needs some.
They need some milk.
Yeah, that's right. He needs some milk.
Yeah. So our highest graded defense, the highest graded defensive player was James Houston. Came in PFF grade of 86.6.
Man, he almost broke Trevor Lawrence's leg, man. Real talk.
Trevor Lawrence better know how to get down. And in 2 weeks, James Houston has made a very, very good impact on this team, man. Very, 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 very good. And as we can see, you have James Houston came in at an 86. You have Alex Anzalone at 74. And then, of course, we got our guy, Deshaun Elliott, came in at a 72.7. So James Houston is like putting his name out there to be recognized. Do not mess with the Houston. So now, who gets for our overall run defense? You can go ahead and take that down, Elijah, and get to the next one before you start cheating.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm not even trying to cheat. That's the whole thing. I'm just trying to make sure I keep the show on the rails. That's all. So Nate, all 3 of us are here now, my friend. And you said the next one's run defense, right?
So right, our highest graded run defender.
Bobby, who you think it is?
Well, the On the Hunt Facebook page had a video of Derek Barnes on there, so I'm gonna roll with Derek Barnes. From what I was seeing when I was looking at film, I seen him like making plays in the run game, splitting between 2 defenders and stuff. Yes, Derek Barnes. That's what I'm rolling with.
He held his own, but you are wrong again, my buddy.
God damn it! See,
I'm coming in with a steal. Okay, so you said run defense grade.
Yes.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
Ooh, no.
Oh, come on now.
Bobby switched up. It was Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott came.
Oh my God.
90.2.
Man, he Debo dude the first play of the game, man.
Yeah. And a run defense grade of 90.2. Derek Barnes had a grade of 83.5. And then we had Alex Anzalone. So, hey, man, listen, we getting it together. We getting it together.
The
So,
defense has improved a lot.
and the
It has
defense,
improved a lot.
they have been playing very, very well. So now we're going to get over to that tackling grade. Who really was putting the pedal to the metal, slamming guys to the turf? Who do you think got a highest tackling grade? Bobby.
Anzalone, he was making a lot of tackles. I seen him flying around the ball. Anzalone, that's what I'm rolling with.
You are shooting a nutmeg right now. You are like 0 for 4 on your last 4 guesses. So no, you are incorrect. Eli,
Kirby.
that guy, that young man.
It helps when you have the answers in front of you. I'm killing it today.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph came in with a tackling grade of 83.5. Will Harris was 83.6. And Deshaun Elliott had a tackling grade of 79.6.
Ball, man, that's a good ball, man.
5. I'm sorry. I was 85.5 for Kirby Joseph, 83.6 for Will Harris, 79.6 for Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott, man, he did his thing, man. He set the tone from, like we say, the third play of the game. ATN tried to run somebody over. Hey, he said, listen here, little fella, just go ahead and you might as well just turn this over.
Yeah. Hey, Holmes brought him in this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's shout out to Brian Holmes.
So,
that boy doing what he's here to do.
Who do you think had the highest grade of pressures? Who was applying the most pressure while they were on the field? Eli, what do you got?
So I did not take a look at this one. I'm gonna guess. Kaminsky.
Wah, wah,
Oh,
wah.
come on now.
Okay, the highest pressure. Houston.
Houston, yes. Houston is his James Houston is his name, and his nickname is the problem.
The problem. Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
I love that one.
James Houston had a pressure grade of 76.1. And basically, what that's saying right now is y'all better start putting me on your game plan. Teams are going to start they're going to start putting him on film, and they're really going to pay attention to him. So he came in with
that should open up for Hutch, because I seen they starting to double team Hutch too.
Yeah. Well, Hutch is still the highest doubled rookie in all of the NFL.
Man, they doubled him.
Man,
they was on him.
James Houston had a pass rush grade of 76.1. Alex Anzalone came in with a pass rush grade of 68.8. And then Aleem McNeil, again, still pushing that pocket, man. Pass rush grade of 65.1 from your zero tech. That's that nose tackle. That guy that lines up over the center and takes the blunt of the double. So, now, who do you think had our highest coverage grade? Who was knocking it down? Who was not giving up no yards?
Oh, damn. Damn, that young kid, he had knocked the pass away. I can't remember his fucking name. It wasn't
you're thinking
somebody in the second. I can't remember his name, man.
You talking about Jerry Jacobs?
Jacobs, that's his name, Jacob. It ain't him?
No, it was not him.
He did make a pass breakup, man. That was so nice. Yes, he did. But okay. Damn.
Elijah, what do you got?
I can't whistle. Otherwise, I would say cue the Western music, because it was the cowboy, Malcolm Rodriguez, only room in this town for one of us. Right, Nate?
Yes, it was, man. Man, that boy.
Damn.
There we go.
Yeah, he a beast.
None of us can whistle.
So Alex, our guy, man, Rodrigo, Malcolm, the Maniac Rodriguez. Man, coverage grade of 78.7 from your linebacker. You know, if you see, man, they were on Evan Ingram, man, the balls to the flat, man, at Rodrigo was all over the place, man. He was a madman out there. So Rodrigo came.
Hey, that's 2 weeks in a row, Nate. He showing out.
He came in with a grade of 78.7. Will Harris had a very, very solid game, man. 75 point. And your guy, Jerry Jacobs, Rod, came in at a 69.4. So
that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
No. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So that's the good news, y'all. So who was our worst graded PFF guys for the defense?
Oh, Kuda. He had to be one. Because last night when we was talking in the meeting, you had brung something up. I had to go look at it. Yeah. Kuda.
Actually, no. What you got?
He
So I was not prepared for this question. So I honestly don't really have a guess. I just made sure I got the graphic though. So Nate, go ahead and tell people. I don't even want to take credit for this one because I had no idea we were asking this question today after a win. So Nate, go ahead and tell people what they should be sad about.
Every good, there's a bad, man. Our two lowest graded defensive guys, Chris Board and the rookie, Josh Pascal, both came in with PFF grades of 49. So,
ouchie.
So now what I want to do, man, I also want to give some love, man, up to Jared Goff. You can leave that up there, and then we're going to go back. We're going to address that. But I'm going to give some love to Jared Goff. Jared Goff, man, had a hell of a game. 31 for 41, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, man. Jared Goff is good. They also showed a graphic that Jared Goff is, I think he was number 4 as far as games where a guy has thrown 4 touchdowns with 0 interceptions. He's thrown 7. So, you know, hopefully, man, people start giving Goff some love, give us some slack, leave him alone, because PFF do not like him. And I just don't know why. I don't know. I don't get it, man. What y'all think of Goff? What else can Goff do?
Like me and Elijah, we talked about it last week, man. Like, for me, I like the game manager. I like the guy that's going to take what the offense give you and move the chains and don't make risky turnover. Remember, don't PFF got a stat card, turnover throws or some old shit. But yeah, so I'm okay with Jared Goff. I honestly am, man. He a game manager, man. I always like game managers because they seem like they like the point guard. You know what I mean? You distribute the rock type thing. But like, long as we are playing balanced football, that's when Jared Goff is at his best. Is when he got to throw to bring us back. That's when he at his worst. So as long as we can keep it balanced and the defense part, to make Jared Goff be the quarterback he needs to be, he got to have everything working and cognizant, such as the defense was doing well, and such as the running game been doing well, and ultimately the pass blocking. So all that together make us have a good quarterback. What you think, Elijah? How about you, brother? I know you got something good.
So for me, again, I don't hate Jared Goff. I do like the fact that he's leading us to victories.
No, you just like Gino.
I'm sorry?
You just like Gino.
No, well, okay. Hey, I was right on Gino, and now
Gino
everybody talks about Gino like it's a resurgence, and I called that before everybody else did. But
he was balling. I was going to say that too.
When it comes to Jared Goff, my issue simply is that when the lights are on and we've got injuries, we can't overcome that. And that's really my only issue, because when we're healthy, we don't need him to be Superman.
True.
But when we're not healthy, we can't go 1-6 because we're out a couple receivers and some defensive players. Like, that's where my frustration is with him. Again, I don't think it's like a unreasonable request to say, okay, if you're down some players, at least go 3-3. Because if you do that, we're not sitting here talking about we got to win out to make the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, I'm not saying he's got to be Superman every single time, but sometimes you got to be that dude. And that throw against Buffalo, that's an example. And I know there's other examples out there, but again, I do not hate the guy. I think he's better than a lot of other dudes that are out there right now on other teams. Look at the Texans. At least we're not them. You know, there's insert different teams here. There are other teams that have very, very bad quarterback situations. We do not have that. Now we have a horrendous backup quarterback situation.
I don't even,
but that's a completely different conversation. But for Jared Goff, my thing is he's got to show me that when we are missing some players, he can step up and fill that void.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I think that's on Ben Johnson. I don't think that's on Jared Goff. You got to know what you got to make it work. That's how I feel. Because Jared Goff is like what they call it, the Mendoza line. He right in the middle. He only gonna give you so much, so you got to know what he gonna bring to the table and be able to plan around that. And I feel like the Lions got enough weapons that one guy missing that shouldn't stop it. The creativity of Ben Johnson and he was lacking a lot too with them leads and letting them come back too. So, but
the only thing I'll say about that is it's a nice conversation to have about your offensive coordinator when you are ranked top 10 in the league and you're like, and you think about it for a second, this is really his first year calling plays. So I agree with what Bobby's saying. There is some deficiencies there. Ben Johnson did make some mistakes. I'm not defending the mistakes he made, but what I am saying is, isn't it refreshing to have a top 10 offense and your offense is being led by somebody in their first year calling plays?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. He definitely better than Jim Bob Cooter. He definitely better than Jim Bob Cooter.
And hopefully he doesn't go on to be a head coach somewhere, because that's the thing that Detroit hasn't had to deal with in a while is our coordinators leaving for other head coaching jobs and then having to reload. We haven't had to do that because most of the time when we fire them, nobody else wants them. Just being honest, like.
But Ben Johnson is going to happen. Also, we need to give some love to Jamaal Williams. We people don't know we got a touchdown watcher, history maker. You know, one of the greatest running back in all of football, the Lions' greatest running back of all time, is on the verge of having one of his records broken.
Yep.
What's the record, Nate? I don't even know the record.
16 touchdowns, and right now
he got what?
At 14.
He is
he's breaking that.
Total touchdowns. He has 13 rushing and 1 receiving. So he's at 6. He's at 14 total touchdowns. This is game number 12?
Yeah,
he got 5 more to go. 5 more guys to go.
So, ironically, Jamaal Williams is on target. If it keeps going, if he just averages 60 yards a game, 60 to 70 yards a game, he may hit 20 touchdowns and 1,000 yards, which in my book, that puts you in the MVP candidate.
And not only that, that in the Lions record book, that shit is gonna never be broken. Because how long it be taking us to get some damn good running backs? Dude, so he got them some.
So I'm gonna take my opportunity right now. I'm gonna take my opportunity right now because I posed this question to the fellas off the broadcast, and I want to do it here for if you're watching this episode right now. I want to know your thoughts on this one. If Jamaal Williams breaks Barry's record, and I already know how the guys feel about this. If he breaks Barry's record, are you, as a Lions fan, comfortable with saying he is running back number 1 moving forward? Because if I'm not mistaken, we do have to give him a new contract at the end of this year. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on that, but I know it's close. So are you giving him that contract and saying you're the guy, and then finding maybe one of these speedsters to catch passes, which obviously he admittedly can't do? Nate, what do you think about that?
To me, DeAndre, but actually they're both up for a contract, Jamaal and DeAndre. But DeAndre brings to that number one back position elusiveness, explosion, versatility, and then you don't lose pass blocking. Jamaal is top 5 pass blocking running backs in all of the NFL. And then you can say DeAndre Swift is arguably top 8 when it comes to pass blocking from the running back position as well. So, but what you really want from your number one is a complete back. And to be complete, you have to be able to run, you have to be able to block, and you have to be able to catch. Hey, I mean, we seen them try to throw screens to Jamaal. We seen them try to throw screens to Kabanga. But how the hell you say his name?
I say Kabanga.
Yeah. Kabanga. He be out there. He looked like Kaminsky with 2 clubs on his hand trying to catch. So, man.
So even if he breaks Barry's record, Nate is not saying he's the number one guy and we'll just go find somebody to catch passes.
No.
Okay. Bobby, your thoughts?
We are the Detroit Lions. We haven't had a good running back until these 2 guys walk through the damn door. So with it's for me, I'm gonna say yes. It's hard for me to tell a guy that broke Barry Sanders' record that we don't need you. So it's a yes for me. And
he
said
number one running back.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because and the main reason why is because I feel like you draft a running back in the 3rd or 4th round to me anyway. Say, you know what I mean? So I don't want to make him like the highest paid running back in the league. I ain't talking about nothing like that, but I try our best to keep him. I ain't the number guy like our boy Reggie, but shit, I want to keep him. If he breaking Barry Sanders' record and he a beast on that goal line, you know what I mean? Short yardage and stuff. I like it's been a long time where I feel like 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, I ain't gotta wait for the damn pass, So I'm okay. I'm okay with Jamaal Williams being on the team, man, and being the number one guy. Because to be honest with you, he's the leader of the team. So why not make him the number one guy? As you can tell, even over the defense, he is the captain of the team, man. Even like with that speech in Hard Knocks, and he the one out there fighting the coach and stuff. That man, that Jamaal Williams is he represent this team, and I think by not keeping him, even if we have to make him the number one guy, I think that'll hurt the locker room, man, because he's the hardest soul of the team to me, and he is the guy that when I think of the change of culture of the Detroit Lions, he is the guy I think of like as far as his speeches and as far as his power running. So, you know what I mean? I'm okay with it. Just him being the leader alone makes we got to throw that in there with it, and then we can get it with like nothing against Swift. You know what I mean? I think we can get a guy that can do pretty much what he do because he ain't available all the time to do it. So I don't like.
Well, and that goes to what Nate's always said, which is your greatest ability is your availability.
So
here's some food for thought, because obviously I don't want to derail the show with just Jamaal Williams talk, but I want to throw this out there to our audience. Jamaal Williams will be 28 years old next season. At the start of next season, he will already be 28 years old. So if you're going into that negotiation with Jamaal and his agent or whoever he has with him, you got to know that the market for Jamaal Williams, even if he does break Barry's record, is probably not going to be that great, considering the fact that he's a 28-year-old running back, and most teams won't touch a running back once they pass, 28 or definitely 30 years old. So that kind of plays in our favor. It also seems like he loves Detroit. He seems like he absolutely loves playing for us. So I think
He
that's
just had. I think if he played on Mars, he'd be a happy dude, man. He just got a good attitude, man.
I agree. I agree. But I also think that me and Bobby are on the same page. You know, when it comes to DeAndre Swift, no disrespect to what he brings to the table, but there are plenty of running backs coming up in this year's draft who can do the same exact stuff he can do. And I'm not saying that Swift isn't a leader in the locker room because I'm not there. I don't know. But what I do know is there are a lot of people who look to Jamaal Williams and take their cues off of him as to when we're down in games, they look for Jamaal to lift them up. I don't know how many people in those games are looking to DeAndre Swift to do that same thing because he seems more like a quiet guy, kind of lead through his actions type guy.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that though.
Right,
It's just
right.
you know.
But I also think DeAndre is going to want to go out there and get a huge bag of money. And I think there's some teams out there who will probably give him that. But again, for me, I think if Jamaal ends up getting this record, even if he doesn't get the record, if he gets, 15 touchdowns, I mean, that's still more than I've ever seen one Detroit Lions running back score in my lifetime. Because remember, in the 90s, I was a little busy with, watching Power Rangers and growing up. So I didn't get to really experience Barry like a lot of other people did. But that's my question for our audience, okay? Is Jamaal Williams your number one running back if he breaks Barry Sanders' record? Let us know in the comments. I want to see some good discussion on that topic. One more thing before we get into impressions of the game. I want to throw this out there to Nate and Bobby. Feel free to chime in as well. We had a huge steal of the draft when we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think we can say that at this point. 4th round pick, 16 receivers picked before him. I think he was the steal of that draft. My question is, James Houston, is he the steal of this year's draft, or is it Malcolm Rodriguez? Because both of them got picked not that far away from each other. So, Nate, I'll let you go first.
Malcolm Rodriguez, easily. Well, because a lot of people don't, if people aren't familiar with James Houston, Malcolm Rodriguez was even, I think Malcolm Rodriguez was actually a 3-star recruit coming out of high school. Actually, he was 2. He was like a 2.5-star recruit coming out when he went to Oklahoma State, where James Houston was a 5-star recruit. And, 5 stars is as high as you can get. He was a 5-star recruit, went to Miami, left Miami, and then, of course, went to the HBCU. So, you could say just out of his high school ranking that he was gifted, athletically, when it came to playing that position. He just went to a different school. Whatever derailed him, that doesn't mean that his talent went anywhere. Rodrigo, being a 2-star guy, considered an undersized linebacker. Remember, people say, hey, well, if you want to put a rookie linebacker in here, how good is your linebacker core? Well, I don't really think it mattered how good our linebacker core when Rodrigo has been that good.
Yeah, the best man gonna play. That's what he said. The best man gonna play.
I don't see too many people, especially even rookies in this league, outplaying him right now. So, Rodrigo for me.
Okay. Bobby, your thoughts?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say Rodrigo, and it's nothing against James Houston because when the Rodriguez pick was made, I was not a happy camper of that, and I felt he was too little, a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? But like very rarely, and all of us like to be right, but when you admit but you got to be wrong sometimes. This Malcolm Rodriguez is the player that has proven me wrong ever coming out the draft the quickest. Like when we drafted Jared Davis, I know he wasn't gonna be shit. I know he wasn't gonna never make us be good. But never be good in this league. But Malcolm Rodriguez, I owe him an apology because he was worth the pick. And it's almost a damn shame that he went in the 6th round because he's probably the best best inside linebacker as a rookie in the whole league. To me, I don't know who's doing better, but from the outside looking in, yeah. So yeah, so on the outside looking in, I'm just happy with Brad Holmes, and not to even switch it up real quick. The top two sack leaders among rookies is Aiden and Houston. So I remember to have a good team, you gotta have a running game, you gotta be able to rush the passer, gotta have a decent offense. We're starting to get that real early in the process. I'm just like, the whole thing is, to me, when someone asks me why I think the Lions are doing good or how is the Lions doing, I keep it real simple with them, Nate. It's because they like to coach. That's pretty much it. They like the coaches, so they out there playing harder than they normally would. Same with Caldwell, but we ain't gonna even go down there, Elijah. Malcolm Rodriguez for me, brother.
All right. Well, hey, we are going to get into some game impressions right now. And I believe we're going to be starting off with Bobby Bless because he got some good stuff here. So, Bobby, what I'm going to do right now is I want to make sure that the video is on the screen.
Okay.
That way I don't get a Stupid Boy award. So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and stop my video here, folks. And we'll go ahead and put this video on the screen. And before I do that, let me actually pin Bobby here so that Bobby is the star of these game impressions. So, my friend, your video should be on the screen right now. So go ahead.
Thank you, brother. We're showing Brock. We're showing Brock right, blocking right. So make a long story short, he on this touchdown to Amon-Ra Brown, as you can see, Brock Wright, he blocking like a lineman, my man. Hands to his face, he still got it. And if it literally wasn't for his pass pro, we don't got St. Brown getting that pass in the end zone, which was a dime by Jared Goff too. So on the next video, it's similar. The guys is rushing. He got him. Look at his base. His base is perfect, my man. He not overwhelmed. The guy looked like he needs some milk. The defender for the Jacksonville needs. I swear, man. Yeah, and that was a nice ass pass too. But he physical, man. It's good to see a tight end that actually likes to block, that actually likes to get physical. And on this play, he been blocking so well. Don't nobody even want none. Hey, ain't nobody coming over there. Look, they running away from me. And then look, watch he turn. Hey, look, okay, you running away from me? Now I'm about to go find some work. Come on, Jared Goff, hit him up. Look, Goff just lobbed it to him. They so scared of that boy. And then look, he turned around. This on 3rd and 2, no doubt. And it's always a critical play when it's 3rd down. So look at him. He gets the 1st down on third down. He got popped though, but don't get it twisted, man. If Elijah, run that back for me one more time, man. Because I really like his base and his hands. Even though that guy hand is in his face, he know I got you though. You can have your hand in my face and that toss, man. That's one of Jared Goff's better passes of the year. Just throwing that out there. But block right. This ain't Hawkinson. This guy gonna throw you out the club. He gonna fight with you. He gonna smack you around. But he ain't overwhelmed, man. You can't even, man. It took me a couple times to even see. Is that a lineman? No, that ain't no lineman. That's the new tight end. So they knew what they was doing when they got rid of Hawkinson. Like I always said, everybody got a block, and then they could tell he was the weak link on the line blocking. So now everybody hat on the hat kind of stuff. And this is my favorite one. Look at they scared of Debo. Look at him. Look, Look how he cool.
And that's the number 1 overall pick running away.
Yeah, he cool on that. And then look at it, even though I ain't got nobody to hit, so let me go catch this football. So we got a tight end where blocking is the priority and catching the ball, running routes is secondary. That's a bonus. And look, man, don't nobody want to hit that dude, man. Look, because Walker, I thought, hey, I didn't even know that was a Walker. So that also showed me we got the right guy, because I'm pretty sure Aiden ain't running from that. But no, Aiden ain't gonna run for that. But yeah, your boy Brock Wright had the first overall pick running, going home. So remember on Friday, Nate, you know what I'm saying? Do you got a problem with me? No. So that's how I feel. Brock Wright is a football player, and man, that's my impression of the game is that we got a tight end now that block. So how you feel, Nate? We got a tight end that block. Yeah, it been some years. It been some years because we had E. Brown, he couldn't block. We had a couple guys that couldn't do both. And Brock Wright, he ain't yeah, I'm just happy that we got a physical team now. Like even everybody physical. There's no softies allowed. That's the culture.
Are blocking. James Mitchell is blocking. Brock Wright is blocking. You know the offensive line and what is done is change the dynamic. It has changed the identity of this team. If people remember,
and each one of those guys got a touch. Each one of the new tight ends got a touchdown too, right? So they putting points in the paint too. So go ahead, Nate. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, bro. Remember a couple episodes, and I said that the moment that we started to win, despite the referees, and not crying and just playing, that the outlook on the team would change. The calls from the referees would change. Has anybody noticed how many penalties less of a game we're averaging? You rarely even seeing this team get called for penalties. Even in the secondary, you're not getting a pass interference. You're not getting the illegal contacts. Even some of them that's questionable that would go against us, now they're favoring us. And so this is what I kept saying. Like, hey, the moment we start to win, in spite of, is the moment when the culture has truly changed. The referees will look at you different. The league will look at you different. Teams will look at you different. And that's the impact of that. And it's not just one guy that has changed the dynamic. It's the words of Dan Campbell. It's the words of Aaron Glenn. It's the words of Deuce Staley. It's the words of Jamaal Williams. It's the words of Kelvin Shepherd. It's everybody. It's the entire team. There's not one guy, that's truly changing it. Like we benefited when we had Ndamukong Suh, and then guys were good. You were able to put guys around them. These guys are coming together, and they're playing for a coach that they are backing. Because remember, we talked about morale. We said that Big Baloney lost the locker room in his very first meeting. His very first meeting, he lost the whole locker room. Dan Quinn owns that locker room. Dan Campbell owns that locker room. The guys love it. The guys, they go hard for him, and he'll tell them in a minute, hey, don't complain about that. Just get back. I'll deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So for everything that people complain about Dan Campbell not doing, they also have to be able to wait a minute. Forget what the complaining he's not doing. Look at what he is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because truthfully, should be on a 6-game winning streak. We lost to Buffalo, but then we got right back on it and thumped the hell out of Jacksonville. Like it was done. Jacksonville wanted no more. We were up 3 scores at halftime, and then you drop a 40 ball on them. And I don't even think what they scored, 10?
Most complete game I've seen in a long time, brother. It was
right. So, man, I love it. That's my impression. Eli, what you got, dog?
So for me, the challenge I put out on last week's show was good teams win the games they're supposed to win. Great teams win every game, right? Mm-hmm. Good teams win the games they're supposed to win. Bad teams will win a game here and there, get you all excited just to let you down, okay? Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to figure out was, are we a good team or are we a bad team? Because I am not a delusional fan who says we're a great team. We're not there yet. We're on the way, but we're not there yet.
Don't throw no shots at me, Elijah.
I'm not. But I'm just saying there's some people out there who go overboard, with it. So I like to be realistic about it. But
they're gonna get a donkey of the day. They go too far.
So that was my challenge last week. Are we a good team or are we a bad team? Because a good team wins that game. Let me tell you something. I think it win that game by like a point. or win that game by 3 points. I was not thinking win that game 40-14. So I am elated with the victory. I think it was a really complete game, as Bobby said, as Nate said. My wife, Cassandra, literally fell asleep in the fourth quarter because it was that boring of a game because the opponent had no fight in them. And usually, and I hate to say this, but usually it's the other way. So I was happy to be on that, you know, the giving of the ass whooping instead of the receiving of the ass whooping. So I was elated with this game. My only issue, and this is going to be something that I'm sure I'll get some pushback on. My only issue is when it seemed like Jacksonville was completely out of the game, we kept our starters in. And I feel like that was an opportunity where we could have put in some backup players or some guys that don't usually get a chance to play because they had already earned the victory. Jacksonville was not coming back against that defense. And for me, I just look at it like that was a missed opportunity to get some guys some playing time that we don't normally see so that we can have more stories like James Houston and more stories like some of the other players, Kirby Joseph, who had to, you know, because Kirby Joseph was forced to play because of injury. This was that opportunity to kind of get some of those young pups in and see what they can do. You know, I know that they're taking things slow with JMO, and I get that. I understand that. But again, we have a backup quarterback who we don't know if the guy can play or not.
Got to be the best job in the world, man. Just stand there and act like you're going to play some
that's my
football.
only complaint. And the fact that that's my only complaint is a beautiful thing. But I'm just curious.
You know what? I look at it like this, though.
Okay.
These guys have had those opportunities because of all the injuries. They've been playing all year. So, I mean, it's like, you know, the reason why we found these guys is because, hey, the best ability is our availability. And we haven't had any availability. So it's mainly about getting the guys who were out, who've been out, who have missed long periods of time, getting them back repped up and getting their rhythm back to go on, you know, be ready for next week. Like, yeah, you know, y'all still need some work. You still need to get your wind up. You still need to, you know, run some extra routes. So I look at that as a step as to continue their conditioning and actually getting them back ready, you know, better for the next week.
So I can see your point. I can definitely see your point. My only concern with that, though, is you keep Amon-Ra out there, and I don't even really want to speak this into existence, but I think every line.
Yeah, but we know what you mean. We know what you're saying.
We know what I'm saying. If something would have happened like that, everyone would have been saying, donkey of the day, Dan Campbell, why are your starters out there when Jacksonville is not going to come back? I'm just saying, not even at the receiver position. I would have liked to see our backup quarterback get some reps in this game.
Man.
Even if all he's doing is handing the ball off, because let me set up a scenario here, and I hate doing this, but the scenario is he has to come in and play, and the only thing he's done on the field this year is victory formation.
Well, guess what? That tells you just how far we came, because last year, how many victory formations did we have?
I know.
I can tell you, none.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is if he has to play, and the only lot, because Nate, you've actually said this a few months ago at this point, we've been doing the show so long, but you actually said back in the preseason, it is different when you are going up against your teammates in practice versus guys that want to take your head off. If we get in a situation where we need Nate Sudfeld, is he going to be able to do it? I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I'm just saying that was the opportunity to play him without it costing us a game.
Yeah, I got what I want to say is I actually I agree with what you said, Elijah. We the backup got to play a little bit to see, and I also agree with Nate. But here's my real thought on it. You know how Michael Myers always come back? They never get rid of his ass, right? Dan Campbell would known that. We gonna make sure we keep getting them, we keep stabbing them, we keep stabbing them, we keep stabbing them. We ain't letting that. Yeah, we not letting this go. So we need.
we
ain't letting it. We don't want the biggest comeback and the biggest in history. None of that shit. We want them.
How many times?
I think he was scared to let it get. Let him come back. So this go ahead and finish the ball.
Yeah, how many times have we said, or we've been up? Like we were up against Minnesota and we ended up losing. We should have blown teams out, and then it's gotten sketchy on the end.
Right.
Why? Because you didn't come out aggressive. Why? Because you didn't continue to play the same way that you got the lead, and then you start to play clock, and then the game goes. Then you back biting your nails. No, step on their throat.
Play. Let's see. Run it up.
Run it up.
That's why run it up. That's what I would. And then you know what? Because I was happy that they was doing that actually. But like Elijah brought me down to earth. Nate brought me down to earth because I felt Elijah too, man. I wanted to see that dude Nate Sudfeld because they done brung him in. We seen 2 trash can ass backups compete for the damn job. They cut them both.
Exactly my concern.
And he just got up in there and ain't nobody seen him do nothing. I felt that part, and then I also agree with Nate, man. Everybody, them boys been hurt, especially been hurt. Only position they ain't been hurt is Goff position for real. So
right. And like I said, I completely understand where Nate's coming from.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with heartbreaking losses. Like
they've been playing
there. I'm just saying, my nightmare situation, the situation that keeps me up at night, is Nate Sudfeld having to come in and win a game for us with no reps in the regular season. That's my nightmare situation. But hey, hopefully it doesn't happen like that, and we got Jared Goff the entire season, and we're good to go. But again, that's my concern. Is I see Nate Sudfeld, and I know he did play preseason ball with some of the other teams in the league, and he was okay. But again, it's different. Like Nate said way back in the preseason, it is different when you go out there and they want to kill you. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get more opportunities where we're up by 30 to maybe get him in the game. But like I said, that was something that I was looking at going, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want Jared Goff out there if all he's going to do is hand the ball off. We can let the backup do that. But anyway, we got to move on here. We got Prospect Watch College Football Playoff Edition. And what we're going to do with that right now is I'm actually going to pin Nate. And I believe Nate's going to multitask for us. So Nate, my friend, he's got eggs all over his hand, right? Those are eggs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put the video up on the screen. You'll have to let me know if the video is on the screen. And this video should help Nate out a little bit because you won't be seeing Nate. You'll be seeing the video on the screen. So actually real quick, because I almost forgot to shut my video off, and that's how things usually run a little more smooth. So Nate, video should be on the screen now, my friend. Can you confirm that?
Yes, it is.
All right, so we'll go ahead and hit play on this video. And Nate, tell us a little bit about the Georgia Bulldogs for folks who are interested in that sort of thing.
What we're doing for this Prospect Watch, we're doing the College Football Playoff Edition. So we all have a team. My team is Georgia. And Georgia has 3 guys. Actually, they have 3 guys that are going to go in the first round. You have Nolan Smith, you have big Jalen Carter, and you have Kelly Ringo. So Kelly Ringo is the #1 corner coming out the draft. Jalen Carter is the #1 defensive tackle coming out in the draft. Nolan Smith, linebacker, rush in. I think Nolan Smith is #3 coming out in the draft. So, when they line up to the other side of Ohio State, man, it's going to be something to pay attention to. It's going to be special. Think about this. In the last 3 years, Georgia has only given up 539 points total in 3 years, where Colorado has given up 569 points in 1 year. Think about that one.
Dang.
So that was just a quick stat that I looked up earlier. So their defense, man, is top notch, and I haven't even got to the offense, but I'm just focused on the defense because that's what we need. Jalen Carter is going to be a top 10 pick. Kelly Ringo is going to be a top 10 pick, and Nolan Smith is going to be a top 15. So when you see Georgia, those three guys, you have a playmaker at every level. And that's what we always talk about when you're talking about a great defense. You need playmakers at every level, from the defensive line to the linebacker, to your corners, to your safety. And they've got three of them, one at every level. And each one of them can instantly come in and help our defense. 100% jump right in and start. When you think about a Jalen Carter next to Aiden Hutchinson, or Kelly Ringo across from Okuda, you can look at Jalen right there with Anzalone and Rodrigo, or you can go Smith, Barnes, and Rodrigo. Whatever they choose to do with Anzalone, he's getting a little longer the tooth. So yeah, man, that's my look, man. That's my prospect watch. Georgia.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about TCU football, and I decided to pick TCU because there's a lot of people that don't know how TCU even got here. Okay, that's kind of the question, is how did TCU get into the playoffs and not Alabama and all of that mess? So first of all, let me just say I am so happy that Alabama and Clemson are not involved, because it is just boring when they are. But anyway, that's my own bias on that one. But what I want to do right now is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to discuss how TCU found themselves in the college football playoffs. So I'm going to stop my video here. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go game by game here. Now, I'm not going to take a ton of time with this, but I just want to go down the list here so that you know how they got here in case you have not been able to watch TCU football. So on September 2nd, they took on the Colorado Buffaloes. And I just want to double check, Bobby, you are seeing my screen, correct?
Yeah. They played the bums on They played some bums on September 3rd. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so September 2nd, they beat Colorado 38-13.
Oh, listen.
On September 10th, they beat Tarleton by a score of 59-17.
What?
That's right.
Arlington? The fuck? That sounds like a soap opera or some shit. But anyway, go ahead.
It certainly does. So then they played SMU, and that was a little bit of a closer game for TCU as they won that game 42-34. Then they get into the meat of the schedule, okay? So this is where the College Football Committee starts looking at it a little bit more seriously, okay? So at the time, I don't think Oklahoma was ranked 18th. I think they were ranked higher than that, actually, whenever they played. But Oklahoma was no match for TCU as TCU beat them 55-24. There's been a resurgence in Lawrence, Kansas, and the Jayhawks are actually pretty good at football now, but they weren't good enough to beat the Horned Frogs. That's right, as TCU beats them 38-31. So a close game there. Oklahoma State, that game went down to the wire, double overtime.
That was a good game.
But
I seen that game.
ended up beating them 43-40 in that contest. Moving on here. They played Kansas State. They beat Kansas State 38-28 in that game. They beat West Virginia 41-31. They beat Texas Tech 34-24. Texas was pretty good this year, but not better than TCU as TCU beat them 17-10. They beat Baylor 29-28, and it was a crazy last-second play that was all over ESPN. If you didn't see that play, you must be living under a rock, because here's what happened. Clock was rolling down. They had no timeouts left, and they had to get the special teams unit on the field. And they just got the special teams unit on the field, got the kick away. As time expired, it was good. TCU goes nuts. The Baylor fans, because it was a home game for Baylor, went silent very, very silent, understandably. TCU wins that game 29-28. Then they played Iowa State. And they beat Iowa State like they stole something, 62-14. That was the final score of that game. And then their latest game, they lost to Kansas State in the Big 12 championship game, 31-28 in overtime. And the thing that keeps getting talked about with TCU is they just have the heart of a champion. And specifically, their quarterback is one of the main reasons why they're talked about like that. Because even though, yes, they lost their championship game against Kansas State, they earned a lot of respect in that game too. So they will be taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Now, we'll talk about Michigan probably next week when we have Reggie back. But I do want to mention some stat leaders for TCU, and I'll be getting you some footage on these players as well next week. So be on the lookout for that. But passing the ball, their quarterback, Max Duggan. He has completed 64% of his passes. He's thrown the ball for over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. And he's not just a thrower of the ball. He's also pretty dangerous on the ground, as he has been able to gain 404 yards here on the season and 6 touchdowns. Kendre Miller is their lead back. He's got over 1,300 yards rushing and 17 touchdowns. And Nate actually knew a lot about their receiver, Quentin Johnston, who has caught the ball 53 times for over 900 yards and 5 touchdowns. And what I want to do right now is I want to give Nate the opportunity here to wrap up my prospect team because he actually knows a little bit about that wide receiver. So Nate, tell folks what you were telling me here, because he's the real deal, right?
Well, yep, look at this. He's going to remind people of a former Lions great, Calvin Megatron Johnson. 4.
Calvin?
Yes. 6'4", 225, 230 pounds. He's going to run 4.4, 4.3 range, high 4.3 range. Like you're going to look maybe 4.41, 4.42-ish. And he's his verticals out of this world. He actually was he was a two-way athlete. He was a high school basketball player plus football player. He is the #1 wide receiver coming out in this draft. So he's going to be matched up when they play Michigan. Most likely, if DJ Turner is not available, he will be matched up with that young freshman, very, very talented, wears the #2 jersey, and Will Johnson. So it's going to be very, very good because you cannot single coverage this guy. You can't. He's going to remind you of Megatron. So if the Lions were ever going to do something crazy and take a first-round wide receiver, if they took him, I would not be mad. That's just
so
I would not.
So that's a little information there on TCU. So we covered TCU, we covered Georgia today. We will save Ohio State and Michigan for next week. So make sure you tune in.
I got Ohio State. I
Yes.
got Ohio State.
But we'll make sure that we do that next week because we do got to get to
okay.
March Alert. But again,
Okay.
we're gonna save those 2 for next week. So tune in next week. Bobby's gonna have Ohio State for you. Reggie's gonna have Michigan. It's gonna be a good prospect watch team-wise for this college football playoff. We might even talk a little bit about some of those 1 million bowl games they have going on too. Maybe not all of them, but we'll cherry pick the ones that we're the most interested in.
Shout out to the Toledo Rockets for winning the MAC championship.
That's
Just
right.
throwing that
That's
out there.
right. So I'm going to pin Bobby here, and I believe we're going to start Merch Alert here with a video. Is that correct, Bobby?
Yes, brother. Due to popular demand, mostly Elijah, he wanted to he wanted me to take a video of all my hats and just to show the sheer volume of what I got. And when we get done, I'm gonna show you my hat of the Detroit Lions win against Jacksonville. So go ahead and get it started.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with that video. And folks, enjoy. I worked really hard to get Bobby to do this for you, so I hope you enjoyed this video.
I had to do it real quick because it was a mess.
because he might never do it again. Okay, he might never do it again. Here we go.
I'm done. Yeah, it worked. But this is all my hats, man. I wish I could tell you where they what happened when I brought them all, but it's just so many, man. Just blue, grays, red, green, all kind of stuff. Them the newer ones I just brought from this year on the top. I just got so many different types of hat, man. I forgot to count the damn things. I don't know why I did, but I did forget to count them. But I was just making the video quick for Elijah. I had them mostly all across my bed, man. I think it's about maybe a little bit over 100 hats or so. I don't know. So I put them in bins. I got 3 different brands. I got bins for hats that's not blue, just typically like your red ones, like that weed one Nate like that I always wear. Brown ones like I got on my head today. It's just I got a blue bin for all the ones straight blue. I got a bin for the ones that's blue and gray. And I probably need to get another band for those blue ones because them blue ones are starting to pack up. But man, hats is my game. If I'm not collecting hats, I'm collecting sports guards. But as long as the Lions keep winning, man, this is like Elijah said earlier, man, it's a good problem to have. I love my hats, and Dan Campbell gave me more hats than old Smelly Belly, so I'm happy with that already. I'm getting division.
Belly.
Yeah, smell. Oh, they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and yeah, you got more hats than old Smelly Belly. I used to call him like Big Smelly, but make a long story short, we winning this year. I'm getting lunches from Bears fans. I'm buying hats, man. I'm kind of happy. My goal for them this year was to win between 7 and 8 games. I'm 2 games away from that with 5 games to go. I'm really excited about that. If you'd have told me we was gonna have a player about to break Barry Sanders' record, I wouldn't believe you, all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about the season and my new hat and everything. Elijah, whenever you're ready to throw it back on me, I can show you my new Detroit Lions hat. Okay, all right, brother. Well, yeah, my wife picked this out. I can't even lie, man. She actually pointed in the direction. She said, "That is the best hat in here." And she was right this time, so I had to really get it. It's like a off purple and white. And with a gold line around the Lions logo. I have never ever seen a hat even like this, and they got a patch that says Hawaii Pro Bowl from 1980. I wasn't born until 83. Elijah, you wouldn't even but itching you never mind. But long story short, But make a long story short, man, this is the coolest hat, and rarely it's hard to admit when the wife is right, but she was right this time, man. She showed me the nicest hat in the bunch, and I can't wait the next week to get that Minnesota victory formation hat. So it's all good this way, man. I hope they keep winning, man. And like maybe one of these days, Lids will pay me for buying all their stuff and advertising it like I do. But until then, they probably be their best customer, man. This hat cost about $40, I think it said $44, but they took off $9 for that discount we talked about before. So it was a good day, man. It was a good day. I watched the game with one of my good friends from high school, and he's a Jacksonville fan. He was mad that he wasn't mad, but he wasn't happy with his team, and I was happy he wasn't happy with his team because he was a football coach. Because he's a football coach, so he knew he was seeing it coming. Like, who is that? Why is he out there? And there go the ball. Here comes St. Brown. Yeah, so he was seeing flaws. He was showing me stuff about Jacksonville that I didn't even know was weaknesses because we don't talk about them up here. So it's all good. My new hat of the week, man, and I can't wait to get the next one. I say we got 5 weeks. I say I'll get 5 more. So I'm don't donkey you the other day, me Nate, because I want 5 more hats since we got 5 more guys. So
hey, I promise you I ain't.
I don't got hey, I ain't got much for my hey man. If you know Nate, man, you better be scared of donkey of the day. But I ain't got much for prospect watch this week. So I mean not prospect watch, but merch alert this week, man. And I just I love merchandise, man. It's almost Christmas time, man. I'm kind of excited to see what my wife gonna get me for Christmas. I know it's gonna be something good in Detroit Lions, so that's gonna be definitely on the podcast. So I can't wait. She always surprised me every year too, man. Something sweet. So
Could we get a live unboxing? Probably not.
why can't we? I'm
Look at
all down. Elijah, you got me using this iPhone 13 so much now. It's all because of you. So
Hey,
I'm down with the
glad.
unboxing.
I'm glad. So hey,
well, that's merch alert, guys.
We're gonna shift over here to Inside the Den. And Nate, I'm gonna pin you, but I know we're showing links. So what I need to know from you, my friend, is which link are we going to first?
Let's do our favorite one. Let's do the interactive one. That's the one that everybody loves when where we pick a section and they're able to get the seat and see actually where the seat is going to be on the field.
Okay. All right. So I don't have that specific link. Okay. I don't have that one, but I do have one that does it though. So let's go to, I think it was StubHub, I think was the one. But hey, you know what? If we're wrong, we'll just switch it on the fly. No biggie.
That was super funny. Him explaining what you don't got. I just want to throw that out there.
So I don't think it was it was not StubHub. It was SeatGeek. That was the one that had that. That Nate was talking about. But we wanted to go over tickets again, right, Nate? Because when you're winning, people want to show up, right?
Yeah. So what we want to do, we want to zoom in so that we can actually get everybody so they can see the pricing. So let's click. So the green is where they have seats, everybody. So Elijah, let's click there. And let's see it should tell us where the view is. So, and it should also give us the price of that ticket.
$255 each.
And it's going to be in section 107. So if anybody knows section 107, you're pretty much at field level. So you're going to be, you're high, but you're not high. You're not going to be second floor. Some people actually like to be up top because they like to look down and get the whole view. But
there's no bad seat though. There's no bad seat.
It's not a bad seat because to me, I love to be at the 50-yard line because I want to see everything. Bobby has some dope seats. Bobby was behind the goalpost.
I like to see the touchdowns, man.
Right.
I like to be right there.
Right. So right now, so if you want something that's lower level, you're looking at about $250. Now, keep in mind, people, that the closer and the more games that we win, when they start to talk about like our show, we're in the hunt. So when we're in the playoffs, these prices are going to go up. These tickets are going to go up. So, you guys might want to make sure that you're watching sites, you're checking sites, not just checking the win column. So, hey, you want to pay attention to teams on the bubble. There's a lot of what if possibilities, and the way our team is playing right now, they have us as actually one of the most dangerous teams in the league right now. Us, Philadelphia. It was us. It was Philadelphia, Miami, and Kansas City that they have.
Where was that at, Nate? Where was that at, Nate? Where did you see that at?
It was something I seen on Instagram. I just
I didn't mean to throw you on the spot. I just want to see. I want to see him.
I know. I got to put it up. I'll definitely send it into the group chat, and so that we can actually put it down.
Yeah, let me see that, brother.
Absolutely. So, but again, y'all. So everything that you see in gray is completely sold out. So you're paying attention to the dots, and those are letting you know the things that are available. So if you're looking for 2 seats, you might have to go a little bit higher. But single seats, man, they still have a nice variety of single seats available. So, again, it's all about what you want. And then when you're checking on it, you look up on the side, it's going to give you the price of every ticket per seat. So if you're looking at section 323, row 17. So as you see, that's going to be way up top, right up under the club seat. So you're going to see the whole field. Hey, if you got bad eyes and, you need some distance, there you go. So you're looking at $115 per seat. So remember, the lower you go, the more your ticket is still going to be. So everybody, make sure you're ready. Make sure you know what your price range is. You can look at the map and figure out where you're going to be most comfortable. So when you do that, hey, you cannot go wrong. But always make sure you double check, you double click, make sure that you have everything that you need before you cash out. It's nothing worse than thinking you got one row of tickets and it's something totally different.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
make
So
sure
quick note for our audience. Nate was saying earlier, the grayed out spots are sold out. The purple spots have tickets available. I wanted to make sure to get to that specific graphic that Nate was talking about.
Yeah.
As you can see, there are some sections sold out, Nate. So that's a good sign for our Lions fans, right?
Yeah, like
No,
I
for
said,
sure.
when you see like the ones at the 50-yard line, now you do have ones in the opposite field, but that 50-yard line, the ones directly behind the goalpost, those are going to go fast. A lot of times, the ones that go fast are the 50-yard line and the ones that are on the elbows. So section 121, section 113, section 100 and 133 those normally go fast for one unknown reason. I don't know why people like the angle seats, but they do. But as we can see, right now they're still available. So, there's definitely some good seats, man. If people want to go to the game, this next game coming, it is definitely seats available.
And see, what we don't want to have happen is we don't want everything you see in purple right now to be purple on Sunday. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
They won't be.
Gray it out.
They won't be.
Right. So everybody, that is inside the den. And now we got, normally we do our SBA and the SVU. But today we got something on the fly. Elijah, one time. Let's see if y'all know what this segment is called.
Gator don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
This segment is called Don't Play No Shit. And y'all want to know who wasn't playing no shit? That Lions defense. They were harassing, they were hitting, they were thumping, they were beating the hell out of Jacksonville. It was like a Jaguar with a bunch with 101 lion tamers getting hit with a whip from a different side. Deshaun Elliott set the tone instantly, man. Third player of the game, little baby ATN caught himself trying to run somebody over. He got stonewalled and stripped, which was huge. Man, which was huge because we actually had won the toss and we deferred. So for the people, you still have young ones and people who might not know what that means was we won the toss. We deferred, meaning we wanted to get the ball in the second half. So Jacksonville had the ball first. And on their first drive, we just took it from them. Mm-hmm. We took it from them. We went down and scored. Their very next drive, they came out, they punted, and then guess what? We scored again. And pretty much the route was on from there. So, hey, that Lions defense, they weren't playing no shit. And if you don't believe that, ask Trevor Lawrence.
I was happy for him. Man. They played good.
Never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
Don't no shit. So that is our don't play no shit segment. And our next segment, go ahead, cue that up one time, Elijah.
J Squad.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So y'all know, man, our awards are not just privy to Lions games. Our special victim, boy, ooh child. Again, ooh child. So there's like this action in the basketball game, right? You get the ball and you put the ball in the ground and you bounce it. What is that called?
Dribbling.
Dribble.
So was it me? Oh, did Najee Harris think he was dribbling Richie Grant down the field instead of
Man,
Oh, no.
Elijah,
he ain't gonna.
do you have
Man.
that link for me I sent you?
I don't have the link. But yeah, it was a sight to see.
Oh my God. I wonder if you can find that. Can we find that somewhere?
I'm gonna try to find that real quick for you, Nate.
Yes. Because I don't think people like Derrick
Yeah, that's
Henry.
a stiff arm.
Derrick Henry has a mean stiff arm. We know this. We've seen Derrick Henry stiff arm six Jacksonville Jaguars on the way to a 90 touchdown. Damn, them Jags be getting SBU a lot, don't they? Look at this.
And then they number one pick running from Brock Wright. So they fucked up.
The Lions, they was Gator. They weren't playing no shit. But now, man, this right here is the play.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my Lord. Look at it. Oh my God.
There you go.
Traveling.
Oh, he sidestep and then ooh.
Listen, he tried to hold on, but I swear he bounced. Did you see that boy bounce off the ground?
Yeah. He grown mandy.
So man, that is our man. That's our SBU, man. Sorry, Richie Grant. Hey man.
There you go again. I gotta say boom.
Man, you gotta choose your battles wisely. And Najee Harris said, back up off me. Yeah.
Yeah. I know when he got home, his wife was like, I'm gonna take the garbage out this time.
Right.
Bobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the garbage out tonight.
Right. That boy needed some what?
Milk.
That boy needed some chocolate.
He needs some milk.
Man.
So, man, that is our special victim. And our special victim, Richie Grant, man, like I say, choose your battle wisely. Now we going over, y'all. It's time for something now, man. You know, it's time for our playoff outlook. So Elijah's going to put the screen up for us, and it's going to show us who is clinching, who has clinched, who's leading the division, and guess what? Who's on the bubble and who's in the hunt.
All right. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and get that screen up for you. I'm going to stop with the sound effects because, you know what? I had too much fun with them. So, anyway, I got to take them away from myself. So, let's get the screen up here where we are showing the playoff picture. And what you're going to have to do, folks, is you're going to have to really pay attention to one side of the screen and not the other, okay? Because it's going to show you both AFC and NFC, but as you know, we only really care about the NFC side. So here we go. So this is what you're looking at here, and I'm looking, and you're looking at this side of the screen right here that the mouse is floating over. Hopefully you can see that. Guys, that's on the screen, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you got the Eagles. They're leading their division right now. Vikings are leading our division.
Trash.
Cowboys, 49ers, and then from there, you kind of get into those wild card spots. You got the Giants, you got the Seahawks, you got the Commanders. But the beautiful thing is, on the bubble, yeah, you see us right there. So, Nate, what are you thinking right now, my friend?
I'm looking at improvement. You're looking at where this team is sitting right between two of the greatest quarterbacks of the game. You're sitting between Tom Brady and the Bucs, but we're still above Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So, I mean, man, we haven't been in this position as long as we had Fat Baloney. So it made we had Fat Baloney and the smartest guy in the room. And Dan Campbell already has us on a different type of high than they were in 3-4 seasons since they were been here. Actually, they were here 5. That's how bad it was. I that long. But again, I don't want people to get sidetracked. So remember what Dan Campbell said. He said 3 toes and 1 ass cheek. He said, "Hey, he don't care. We're gonna beat your ass. We're going to bite. We're going to bite your kneecaps. We're going to play with grit. We're never going to give up." Now, what he did not do was give a win total. What he did not do is say we were going to make the playoffs, but we are going to a Super Bowl. He never gave us that. So if the team does fall off, remember, we still have a lot of holes that need to be filled on this team. We still have a lot of growth on this team. So what I don't want people to do is to jump back and get off that high horse and get back to that, same old Lions crap, and they had me fooled, they had me this. Just because we're on a winning streak, we were on a winning streak, we still, 5 out of 6 is still amazing. I don't want people to get sidetracked and forget that we still are doing this with average talent. We have so many holes. Brad Holmes has only been here 2 years, and he's shown us what his scouting can do with a James Houston. We could have went anywhere besides Aiden Hutchinson. You could have went Sauce Gardner, whatever. But he stuck with Aiden. And you got Kirby Joseph, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hell, he's even got an eye for kickers because Badgley has only missed 1 kick since he's been here. And we went through a stretch of I think we was in kicker AA. We went to
we was going for it every time.
We went to 6 kickers in 3 weeks, man. So that and he has done his thing. So everybody, man, if it does, the wheels fall off a little bit, just don't fall back from the team. Continue to support it. Just know it's going to get better. Bobby.
Yeah, man. I've never been a fan of tanking. I've always been a fan of let the chips fall where they fall. So the fact that they in playoff watch, that means they actually trying to win these games. Typically this part of the year, we arguing about with folks about who need to lose. We really need to lose where we can hope we can get this guy, or we may be able to get this guy. Man, ain't nobody thinking about that shit. We trying to win. And then the one thing I did notice on there, the guys in front of us, like Washington and then the Giants, we beat them. You know what I mean? So they just gotta keep falling. So all we gotta do is tie with them, and we good. So I like how it looked. I used to think it was corny. I used to think it was corny when people say, "Oh, the real season starts after Thanksgiving or November, whatever." All that silly shit. I used to hate that shit.
Stupid.
But this for the first time in a long time, the Lions have hit their stride in November and December, man. And I'm happy, man. Hell yeah, to still feel like we got a chance. Just the fact that we still got a chance to do something this late in the year is refreshing and new, and it just makes me even more like Nick said. Even if this wheel fall off, I got something to look forward to next year. This draft, I'm all into the process because I think personally that we done laid down the foundation of the team. Now it's time to start building this house up. You know what I'm saying? We done gutted all the beams and all that stuff, man. We done poured down the cement for the foundation. We ready. We headed I can actually say we are headed in the right direction. So I'm happy with that, Elijah. That's pretty much my playoff preview. And if we do make the playoffs, I wonder how much I can get a loan from the bank to get to the motherfucker. But that's it.
So for me, I just want to go over the games that the Lions have left. For who maybe didn't see that. So Vikings, obviously, that's the immediate opponent. That's where the focus is the Vikings.
I think that's the hardest game, though. I really do. I really think that's the hardest game of the 5 left, though.
So I would disagree with that, but not by much. Okay, I would agree with that, but not by much, because I get where Bobby's coming from. So we got to beat the Vikings, and here's the overall strategy here. You can't scoreboard watch. You have to control what you can control.
Got it.
And that is win the damn games we're playing. Because if they start looking at the Giants, they start looking at the Commanders and the Buccaneers and everything else, we're going to lose sight of the fact that we have to take care of business first before we start worrying about the help that we might be getting. So they got the Vikings this Sunday. Then they turn around, they got at the Jets. Now, should we beat the Jets? We should beat the Jets, but
they got a real defense.
don't overlook them either, because they are one of those teams that can ruin your day. Okay, they really are. Then they got at the Panthers, and the only thing the Panthers have to play for right now is literally ruining other people's seasons. That is all they got going on. They are us for the last 4 years, right? So that's kind of their situation. You got the Bears coming to Detroit. And I will be interested to see if Justin Fields is on the field in that game, because there have already been some conversations about shutting him down for the year so that he does not get further injured. So I don't know, but that'll be something to watch as we get closer to that, because the Bears, by the way, are already eliminated. They've gone into hibernation. Okay, they have no playoff hopes.
Another lunch on deck. Lunch on deck.
Lunch on deck. That's right. LOD. Lunch on deck. So the final game of the season, though, is the one that I think is the hardest.
It's always them Packers, man.
At Lambeau, January 8th. Now, mind you,
I hope it don't come down to their ass to get in the playoffs. I swear, I hope.
What I'm about to say only comes into play if we win the games we're supposed to win, okay? Because I'm thinking, honestly, we might have to win out in order to get there. Because that NFC East, you can never count on them, because that's always going to be, pardon the French, but that's always going to be a shit show, because it is every single year. So
I think 9-7 does it.
Maybe.
I think 9-7 does it.
So
I think I'm gonna have to buy a couch if that's the scenario, because I'm gonna sleep on the damn couch if that's the whole damn scenario.
But I think the hardest
it's gonna be fucked up in here, man.
But I think the hardest game is gonna be Lions and the Packers at the end of the season, because if Aaron Rodgers is playing, don't forget they're still alive too. If he's still playing by that point, you know damn well the only thing he would love more than getting into the playoffs himself is stopping us from getting into the playoffs.
You're making me mad, Elijah. You're making me mad.
Again, that's my job, though. My job is to be realistic and say, this is what's ahead of us. But again, they got to take care of business against the Vikings. And I will mention this. It's a 1:00 kickoff. And Kirk Cousins, for whatever reason, shows up for 1:00 kickoffs. He don't show up for any other freaking time zone. At 1:00, he's usually on target. Remember, a certain player will be coming to town too. A certain player who we just got rid of will be coming to town, TJ Hawkinson.
Ain't nobody scared of that motherfucker.
You shouldn't be scared of him. Hawkinson better not let him show us up. That's all I'm saying.
Hawkinson gonna need some milk. He keep running across that middle, and we all know he can't block. So if they expecting him to chip, they're gonna be.
Same thing I said last week though with the Jaguars when they had former Lions coming back to Ford Field, and we said don't let them have a celebration on our field. Same damn thing with TJ Hawkinson. Do not let him have a game where he can celebrate at the end of it.
Hey, remember in Hard Knocks when he chipped Aiden Hutchinson? I think Aiden Hutchinson owe him one. To be honest.
And you know what? When he did that, he probably never thought that he'd have to go up against Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson coming for that ass.
So anyway, that's kind of my outlook on it. We gotta take care of business. Again, you got the Vikings at home, you've got the Jets on the road, you've got the Panthers on the road, you've got the Bears at home, and then you have on the road against the Packers. So for me, hardest game of the year at the Packers, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And I got one little quick thing. My guy Eric, remember I did the interview on him? Yep. He said we had a chance, man, and it looked like it's falling his way. So shout out to Eric Smith, boy. You know what you're talking about.
Right. Good shot.
Yeah. He knew we doing everything he asked. So that's what's up.
So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go feast, not famine. We have not done one of these in a while, so I'm very excited about this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and stop my video here. And guys, just confirm for me that the video is on the screen. Let me go ahead and put it up here. And this is a good one. So Nate, before I press play, tell us what we're going to see.
Oh, what we're going to see right here. This is every meat eater's thing. Prime rib. And so what I'm going to be doing here is showing you how to prep your prime rib, how to trim the fat off your prime rib, how to season your prime rib, how to use the twine. And basically, I'm going to show you how to season and to give you the best prime rib that make you want to slap somebody else's mama that is not yours. So go ahead and hit play, man. Let them drool and ooze over that.
This is
So I actually
protecting the muscle.
No, your video going, big dog.
Oh, there we go. I don't even got to talk. All right.
Yeah, I let you do the talking.
Y'all see that Crown Royal up on there on the counter, didn't y'all?
Yeah. You got the volume up on there, Elijah?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I might not have been talking at that point.
He's just not talking. He's in game mode.
Oh, okay.
Now, you don't want to take all the fat off, you know, but when you're dealing with this fat cap right there, you can see the different type of texture. This is real dense. Nah. The type of fat you like the juicy, stringy fat like this. But it's going to be more.
That's Madison. She's holding the camera and she's asking me about the fat on the prime rib because she loves the fat off the steak, the fat off the pork chop. She be like, she all acts like, Dad, you gonna put some extra seasoning on it? That knife was so sharp. That knife was brand new, I think, at that point too. And if I'm not mistaken, that was a 8-pound prime rib. Rib roast. Sorry, it's not prime rib. Rib roast.
I don't drive you crazy.
I said drive me to drink.
I don't drive you to drink.
I'm always talking about drinking.
Can I say this so that you got to make these cute? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Nate, she's spoiled as hell.
Man, she all do it the same way.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
How of this has to come off because this is how, like I said, you see how it's thick like butter.
This is when Madison actually cared about
a lot of this off.
That was like the white fat onion when it get hard.
So I'm gonna get it better because this is like simple. Seasoned salt, garlic salt, pepper.
Man, you clean that motherfucker up, Nate. For real.
Got to. You got to make sure you get the back of them bones, man. You know, man. If some people like me, I love the bones. Man, the bones be so good. It be so much, man, so much flavor coming off of them.
It's not a lot of people think women supposed to cook.
Well, this is something that you learn. So when you do get a husband,
yeah, the life lessons.
You gotta go, hey, look, he has to be able to cook because why?
Oh, what's that? They said, what's that?
Nikki, it's prime rib. So
Nikki doesn't.
They're gonna have something to measure up to.
Okay.
You're gonna be like,
I get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
She hate that. I was telling her, I'm like, listen, whatever boyfriend or husband you get, you got to be able to cook.
He better be able to cook like daddy. You ain't lying.
When we go out, do y'all open up the door or do I open it home?
You ain't playing, Nate. Boy, you serious as hell, boy.
Man.
So the female audience of On the Hunt is requesting that Nate smack that meat.
I want you to remember so it's not too much as you may think it is. Like, oh my God, that's a lot of salt or whatever. It's not. This meat is really thick.
That's a chunk.
Yeah. So remember, a rib roast is very dense, man, especially when you're cooking it that much. So you can never put too much seasoning on it because you want it to penetrate. So it's never too much seasoning. And they were asking me like, oh man, that's too much. Is that too much salt? Is that too much garlic? No. Because
and you rubbing in too, right, brother? You rubbing that
yeah.
in there, right? Okay.
Oh yeah. Hey man, wait till I got some more stuff to do to it. That's just the first part.
You not ready to end?
Yeah. I didn't give you the full. I gave you a little clip of each one of your little sections, bro. It ain't total detail.
I know.
But hey, you talk a lot of shit in this one, though.
So Elijah, this is going to be the finished product after I have cut the twine off. Those strings are onions.
Yeah. And hey, that knife is something sweet too, man. What kind of knife is that?
That's my electric carving knife.
Like a handsaw.
Yeah. Listen, boy, when you bad, you bad.
Yeah, you got the tools, man, of the trade. That's for sure.
Y'all, that Everfresh bottle, that juice is a little bit lower than what it was when I first started the video.
Yeah.
So if you,
we're gonna be able to tell.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's how I like mine. That's how I like mine. Dude, that's how I like mine.
Look at that juice. You let it take it out, man. You let it rest. You let it because it's hot. So you letting it rest under aluminum foil for like 20, 25 minutes because the inside of that rib roast is still going to be cooking. So you wrap it up, you let it rest, and in that time, your temperature is still going to go up maybe like 10, 12 more degrees. So that's what makes it perfect.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. And I still got my hat on all the time.
Yeah, you be talking shit, man. But you know you bad when you talk as much shit you do about that cooking boy.
That should make you want to slap somebody.
I'm always talking about slapping somebody.
Woo. Your boy is bad. Your boy is bad.
Oh man, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, man. Hey, when you started carving it, I was like, damn, that looks exactly how I like it, man. I like my little pink right there, though, for sure.
Right. So, man, that is our Feast Not Famine, man. Now, we got another segment. And this one is me and Bobby. This is another impromptu, man, we came up with last night during our meeting. It's called Eat Some Crow. And if people don't really know what that term means, eat some crow is like when you've been telling people something and they haven't been believing or they've been doubting, and you're like, wait a minute, man, it's certain scenarios. It's not just X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? It just ain't cut and dry like that. And for the people that was talking about firing Dan Campbell, guess what? You get the first piece of crow's pie from me. Because I told you, he never promised you a win total. He said we gonna fight, regardless if we win or lose. We're never going to give up. We're going to fight. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play with grit, and people gonna respect us. And you can't say, hey, that ain't what the man ain't did. So y'all got to eat some crow on my end. Bobby, what you got?
Yeah, the same thing, man. When the season started or in the summertime or whatever, all we heard was, Jared Goff this, Jared Goff can't do that, Jared Goff do this. We can win with Jared Goff. I think we done showed that. But the main thing I want to let the world know is, if we didn't find out nothing, we found out that the problem with this team ain't the quarterback. So I think it's time to eat crow, because everybody made it seem like we were trying to win these games despite this man. This man has made a few mistakes, but ain't nobody perfect, of course. But we also acknowledge that he ain't the liability that y'all made him out to be. You know what I mean? Some of you guys need to look at yourself and realize or accept that the last quarterback ain't coming back because I think that's what most of it's from. But the Jared Goff ain't the problem. And personally, as it stands right now today, December 6th, 2022, I don't want to draft a quarterback. Not to replace him. I don't think that's the issue right now. Now we might want to draft one to groom, but as far as like the draft one because this man ain't getting the job done, wouldn't be the part. And now if we want to draft one because we able to get the best one or get a good one that young talent, that's the one thing. But we ain't drafting our number one need of this team ain't the quarterback. So
Right.
I think we all figured that out, and that's pretty much my crow. So you guys need to some of you guys owe Jared Goff an apology, man, because you lied on him. But other than that, that's about it. How about you, brother? You got any crow that you want to throw out there, Mr. Elijah?
Okay, so I don't have crow. Okay, I don't have crow, but I said something during that Feast Not Famine, right? I said the female audience wants Nate to slap the meat, okay? And I heard Bobby go, what? So I wanted to play you the video that I'm talking about. Don't worry, it is safe for all eyes.
Elijah, you are so crazy, man.
Not about to hear a drum set, but I have to play this video because every time Nate does a Feast Not Famine, this is the video that goes through my mind. So give me 1 minute. Let me stop my video here. I couldn't find a full screen version of this, so y'all gonna have to look close, okay? Because it's one of those stupid YouTube shorts. But my God, every time from now on, when Nate does Feast Not Famine, you're gonna picture this. And you're probably going to giggle, and I think Nate will too. So here we go. This is the video that I'm referring to about slapping the meat, okay? So, Nate.
Oh, my God. Salt Bay.
I remember this.
Here we go.
Yeah. Salt Bay.
Salt Bay.
I remember this.
It's the week at the end.
It is terrible.
Yeah, Elijah.
Yeah.
You ain't shit, man.
Oh, man.
I swear, Elijah.
That's too funny.
Elijah, you crazy as hell.
Listen, no eating crow, but like I said, you know, we're gonna have to have like a meats calendar with Nate Rucker.
Man, that wink is so creepy, man. He just do not know. My God, dude.
Oh man.
Crazy,
Okay,
man.
so we got to go into closing remarks here. We'll start with Nate. Nate, closing remarks, my friend.
Playoff push. Just take it one game at a time. Super simple. Bobby.
Man, my goal this season was to beat every division team at least once. We beat Minnesota tomorrow. We beat Minnesota on Sunday. We didn't accomplish one of my goals for the year. And like Nate said, the playoff push, we gotta handle our business. And I just want to just continuously to have something to look forward to as each week come on, because man, it's been a long time, man. Been a long time since we felt this good about my football team, man. I just ain't ready to let it go yet, man. That's pretty much it, brother. What's your closing thoughts? I know you got something good.
Okay, so now that I got my seriousness back after that goofiness, I'll just say this, okay? Lions fans, show up for your team. As we showed you earlier in the show, there are a lot of empty tickets, okay? And when I say empty, I don't mean there's going to be empty in the stadium, but what I mean is you're giving a lot of opportunities for Vikings fans to buy those tickets and make this feel like an away game. Don't let them do that. And don't be one of those fans that sells your tickets to a Vikings fan. If you're going to sell it to a Lions fan. And make sure they're a Lions fan. You know what's an easy test to do that? Ask them who our starting running back is. If they tell you that it's Barry Sanders, don't sell them your tickets. I'm just saying, okay? Show up for your team. They need your support. They feed off of that energy. That's why we're doing so good at home, is because of that. And these are young guys, so that's even more of a reason to get out there and support them, because the things we do as fans matter. What we put out there to these players matters. We are a part of changing the culture. We want these guys, when their deals are done, to want to re-sign here. we play a major part in that as fans. So let's do our part. Let's show up. Let's be there for our guys. I would be there, but I can't be because I'm in Messina. So I'm gonna need you to get there and get extra loud, okay, so that you can represent not just yourself, but me up here in South Canada. Okay, I would greatly appreciate that. Other thing that I wanted to mention just real quick, we do have that contest going on. We are giving away a Apple Watch Series 3 once we hit 350 subscribers. This has nothing to do with a wheel. It's got nothing to do with a lottery. It's a straight up contest. Who can be the best, right? So we are sitting at 241 subscribers right now at the time of recording this video. We need to get to 350 to give away that watch. And whoever brings us the most subscribers is going to get that watch. Now, how do we know who you bring? We know because they've got to comment and say, so-and-so brought me here to this channel. Okay, or I subscribe because of this person. Okay, that's how we know to put that person on your point total. Okay, and whoever brings us the most subscribers wins. It's not a wheel, it's not a lottery, it's nothing like that. Okay, it is flat out.
Y'all a chance because I mean I could bring my own subscribers and win. So I'm trying to give y'all a chance.
I was forget you, Nate. I was about to throw my hat in the ring. Yeah, it's already here. All I gotta do is just bring it home, keep it home. Yeah.
So again, that Apple Series 3 watch, we're not giving it away until we hit the 350 subscribers. So hey, put in that work, get us those subscribers, and as always, we appreciate the support. We really wouldn't do it without y'all, and we really appreciate the support. 17 episodes, that's absolutely amazing. My final thought, and I think I speak for all of us here, we just want to give another shout out to our guy Reggie. We're hoping that he'll be back next week. Reggie, we love you. And we hope that you've got a lot of comments down below that you can read that'll make you feel a little better. We certainly hope so. So folks,
prayer for Reggie, man.
For sure. Folks, I believe that is going to do it for us. We hope you've enjoyed the show. I know we enjoy putting it together for you. And hey, next week, get ready because we'll have more on the hunt for you for a team that is currently in the hunt. Talk to y'all later. Go Lions.